Hey everybody. Hopefully you've seen the trigger warning at the beginning of this video because we will be talking about some very triggering topics. It wasn't my intention to get this raw and honest in my first letter, but the truth is there's no easing into this. I have to start where it hurts. I have to start where I was silenced. I have to start where I almost disappeared. There was a time in my life, more than once actually, where I was in relationships that completely distorted my sense of reality. I mean, I literally didn't know what was real anymore. I could feel one thing in my body, but be told the complete opposite to my face. I would say something with conviction and then start questioning if I had said it at all. That's how deep manipulation can go. It doesn't just confuse you. It breaks your relationship with yourself. I started recording our conversations, not to prove I was being abused, not to catch him or expose him. I recorded them because I didn't trust my own memory anymore. I needed something outside of my brain to hold on to when the gaslighting got too loud. I needed receipts, not for him. I needed the receipts for me. One night, everything exploded. Not all at once, but in that slow, horrifying way abuse builds. It started with slamming doors, throwing things. At one point, he slammed the refrigerator door so hard, all the shelves came crashing down. The sauces and dressings exploded all over the floor. He didn't stop there. He went into the bathroom and shattered beer bottles. And what did I do? I cleaned it up. I cleaned up after his rage. I was shaking. I was scared. But I told myself, just stay calm. Just make it stop. Don't trigger him more. That's what survival mode looks like. You become the nurse to the person hurting you. You manage their storm instead of running away from it. But even then, after calming myself, cleaning his mess, nurturing him, the night turned, and it got worse. I had no other option but to call the cops. And I remember thinking, finally, someone's gonna help me. Someone is gonna see how I've been living. But when the cops showed up, I wasn't met with safety. I was met with unbelief. They saw me standing in the middle of the road with no bruises in that moment, and they looked at me like I was unstable, like I was the problem. That moment broke me even more. Because if the people who are supposed to protect you won't believe you, where do you go? What are you supposed to do? So that night, I went to the only place I felt like I had left. My car. I slept outside, alone and scared. Not because I didn't want to leave, but I felt like I had nowhere else to go in that moment. And what hurts most to admit, even after that, I stayed. I went back. The confusion, the shame, the fog was that deep. And the version of me that thought she was too much or too emotional believed somehow that this was all her fault. That's why I'm sitting here, not with a highlight reel, but with the truth of how far I had to fall to find myself again. Because maybe someone listening right now is in their own version of that car. Or maybe you're in the kitchen still cleaning up someone else's mess. If that's you, please hear me when I say this. You are not crazy. You are not dramatic. You are not too sensitive. You are not broken. You are surviving. That's so brave, and that deserves to be witnessed. What made it all even more confusing for me was that during this time, I was also going through what I know now, a spiritual awakening. I started feeling little shifts, losing pieces of my identity. I started remembering myself. And to this day, I don't know which came first. Did the abuse plummet me into awakening? Or did the awakening make it impossible to keep pretending I was safe? This podcast is my way of writing back to every version of me who thought she had to stay small to be loved. It's where I come to whisper what I once had to scream. It's where I finally say the things I wasn't allowed to say out loud. And I hope it becomes that place for you too. This isn't a podcast with all the answers. It's a podcast for truth telling, for healing out loud, for learning how to trust yourself again. Thank you for being here. I'm Nova, and this was my first letter.